Alright, we're back again on the pool project. If you watched the last one, we were doing our excavation work on it. Um, if you hadn't watched it, I'm gonna throw a card up there, a link for it. You need to click over there and watch that one. If nothing else, for the comic relief that my little doodle bug provided, because she's like that every day. And if you haven't seen it, you need to go over there. You'll see what I'm talking about. She keeps you on the toes, but. I can't brag enough on Tallman Pools. We're not sponsored by them, anything like that. I talked to Ed Jr. Just this weekend. It was actually their second follow-up call. Uh, I mean, they're they're done. You know, they set the pool and got the backfill process started. They're done with the pool, but they're not happy until I let them know that the pool is finished. You know, the concrete, everything's done. They want to know. So that's cool. I had a good long chat with him. And, just I couldn't be happier with the company. Um, Quick shout out, the guy that you see on the right of the screen there holding the shackles. That would be Mr. Mike Stone. He is another local businessman. He does land clearing and all sorts of stuff. And you see me walking up in the black shirt on the right. The guy behind me is one of my best friends. That's Jeremy. He's also another local businessman. You're starting to see a trend here. We all do our own thing, but we all still work together. Jeremy's got a tree service. So anyway, that's my buddies that are there helping me. If you look over at the boards, you'll see. I call them the peanut gallery. My groupies. No, not really. That's my in-laws and my wife, and Jeremy's two girls, and one of my girls. My oldest girl, she wasn't there today on this part of the project. But anyway, that's what's happening. I looked at the video, just kind of a figure there. It was about 30 minutes from the time that these guys backed in when we started hooking up to it with straps, but until it was sitting like it needed to be sitting. I'm gonna speed it up, do a time lapse, and don't remember. Please remember, if you do enjoy this kind of stuff, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, share it, whatever. We appreciate it very much. But we'll get into this thing and let you guys see the setting process. The second half of it is going to be where we're doing the backfill process, finishing. So here we go. Okay, so a lot happened yesterday. Now, for the most part, I had the camera going, sitting on Mike's excavator, and it was just a busy time, and I couldn't really do a whole lot of filming, you know, focused on this or that. So I'll run over real quick what happened yesterday. They came in, and as you can see down here in the bottom, right down there, that rock material, that's what I had Brad bring in. They came in, they leveled the bottom of the hole, shooting with a laser transit. Got their grade exactly like they wanted it by filling in low and high spots with the gravel. And that also gives you a good hard compacted base, which we're in good soil right here. So I feel good about how it's filling up. I'm looking at one thing and trying to tell you guys something else. So I need to just focus on what I'm doing here. Anyway, they put that down, came in, set it, and they're working on it's still a little high on this end, but it's gonna settle some, and they're compensating for that. These guys do it every day for a living, so putting my trust in them on that, and that's all good. And yeah, they did have me, had to get Mike to dig this end of the hole out a little bit more, and just my opinion, it didn't need to happen that way, but it did make them some more room to be able to get in right here. Could have been done without it, but I'm not going to gripe. No sense in it now, because I'm sure not going to drain the water out and slide it forward and fill that in with dirt and then put it in with rock. It's just a waste of time. So the hole was overdug properly. Everything was good. You can see the lines coming over here, and temporarily we're set on this pad. I say temporarily because this is all going to get all of this is going to get cut and moved, because I'm gonna pour concrete here when it's all said and done. But this is make sure I'm filming with a new camera this morning. I finally broke down and spent the money and bought a newer GoPro, and this is the very first thing I've shot with it, and so far I really like it. But anyway, yeah, that's about what all has happened. It's sitting. I got Brad bringing another load of rock because I just don't feel like I've got enough here to do my backfill, and because all of this area under the steps and the tanning ledge, all of this area under here is going to be full of that little pea gravel you're seeing, that grayish color stuff. And then your sides, these big voids on the sides, are going to be filled up with it. Let's just kind of look down there like that. So all of that, all of this, and just to give you a reference, there's my foot, there's how much room you got. So it's a lot. And all of this, so yeah, it is coming right along. The guys will be back. I'm really expecting them any minute now. We'll continue on with this. Still got Jeremy's skid steer here, his Kubota 75-2, awesome machine. And I'm gonna get Brad to back in, drop me another load of rock right over there behind that skid steer, if the guys hurry up and get here before he does, so I can move their truck, which is right there, and get them to pull it just straight forward so Brad can back through that area. And just having to be real particular. And if you're doing this at your house, I really can't stress enough, locate anything underground
what I mean. I know my septic is right down there where you see those holes dug. I'll throw some video in of my dad actually locating those for me.
See that?
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna walk over here and it's gonna open back up when I get off the septic tank.
Now that we have found septic tank, because that's definitely a concrete lid right there. Which way does it run?
I think it's in here a long ways.
Okay. Where did you come off of it?
Right here. Right behind me did get a hole.
Those for me. And I know my drain fields we located are running out through here. I've got one going out through there. But I know that right over here was a safe area, so that's where I brought most of my weight in through. And so far so good, man. It's I'm digging it, loving it. But busy day, and we're trying to race and get done before it starts raining again. But I'll catch up with you folks later.
They get a western sound. No. I can actually play that.
All right, so the pool arrived on Monday. Today's Wednesday. It's in the ground. We spent, well, it arrived late Monday, probably right about 4 o'clock, and we spent that evening getting it in the hole, bottom level, all of that stuff. And so Tuesday morning came in and started the backfill process, filling it with water, backfilling on the outside. And now we pretty well got it backfilled all the way around, still lacking a little bit. And the fun part is we got, hold on, I'll tell you. Two inches of rain. 2 inches of rain yesterday, and I was out here working in most of it, so it did a little bit of settling. I'll walk you guys around it and look and see. The hardest part was packing underneath. I'll show you, packing underneath the tanning ledge and the steps, because all of that under there had to be completely packed in. Everything under that tanning ledge is rock. I'd say that was the absolute worst part of the entire process, but it's in there, it's packed good. You can see where water ran down in here yesterday or last night and made all the gravel settle and stuff. Really not that bad. Kind of helped. We can see right here
where it ran down in there pretty good, so we're gonna really focus on getting this packed in here. But you can look down the inspection. Maybe, let me tap screen here. I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's no water in there, so that's a good thing. So you can see this edge right here all the way along there. Just where that rock is settling in. Had to get 2 more loads of rock, so a total of 60 tons is what we had to have for it. So we got plenty to finish. We're just gonna start. I got a handful of spots I'm gonna have to shovel in, and some of it I can get to. This whole side over here is aggravating because pretty much all you can do is get just a corner of, since all we have here is skid steer and a front end loader, pretty much you just get the corner of your bucket and come in and real gentle ease it in there. Would be nice to have a mini X here, but we don't. Part of the day yesterday, I think we got a little footage of it. I was on the backhoe and I had Jeremy dump us a load of rock over there, and we get him to back up to it. I get a bucket and we filled that side over there in that way. So a little bit of erosion control to do this morning, a little more backfilling, and actually the water needs to come up a little bit more in the pool. So I'm gonna get to work on that, and we'll catch up with y'all folks in just a little bit. Rocked on. This is now day number 3 since the pool arrived. We just had that evening. In 2 full days, it's completely backfilled. We got the pump going. I've been doing a little bit of cleaning on it. It's coming right along. It's got to sit for a week. Got to sit for a week and finish settling. Checked the elevation on it this morning. Still looking good. It's not sinking anything crazy like that, which we hit a hard pan when we were digging the hole. So I feel good about all of that. Now it's just a matter of getting all the concrete around it, the screen enclosure, and all the other fun stuff that was planned to go along with it. So, anyway, that's where we're at, and we'll update when we start doing concrete.